Carter and Hope's secret evening. A scandal brewing in the shadows of Forrester Creations? As the day wound down at Forrester Creations, a new chapter seemed to be opening up for some of the most beloved characters in the soap world. Tensions were already high with hope for the future on the line, and Steffi's surprise at Carter's sudden interest in the brand had only added more mystery to the day. But no one could have predicted what would happen next. Were sparks flying between Carter and Hope behind the scenes, away from the boardroom? Let's dive into the steamy secret evening that might shake Forrester Creations to its core. The curious change in Carter's interest. It all started in the CEO's office when Steffi mentioned to Finn how surprised she was that hope for the future had been given another chance. Finn, intrigued by Steffi's tone, probed further. Steffi admitted that what surprised her more was Carter's sudden involvement with Hope's line. Carter had always been about business, calm, collected, and not one to make impulsive decisions. Yet there he was, not only defending the struggling brand but calling Hope a beacon of light. Something about it didn't sit right with Steffi, and Finn seemed to pick up on it too. Was it just business? Or was something more happening under the surface? Could there be hidden motives behind Carter's sudden passion for saving Hope's line? Or perhaps something personal? Steffi and Finn the first to suspect? The tension grew as Finn asked Steffi directly if she thought something else might be going on. While Steffi trusted Carter's judgment and agreed that he wouldn't act without reason, Finn had a sense there was more to the story. The fact that Carter, a sharp, rational man who lived for his work, was suddenly so invested in Hope's line, despite its underperformance, seemed unusual. Even Steffi, though hesitant to dig too deep, couldn't deny that Carter's defense of Hope felt different, almost personal. But for now, Steffi and Finn decided to drop the subject, focusing on their evening together. As Finn left to check on a patient, the couple promised to enjoy some much-needed time with their kids. Little did they know, something far more scandalous was brewing in the Forrester halls. Brooke's admiration for Carter a foreshadowing? Meanwhile, Brooke Logan, always protective of her daughter Hope, was singing Carter's praises. In the designer's office, she couldn't contain her excitement over Carter's presentation during the meeting. He had managed to persuade Ridge and Steffi to keep hope for the future alive, something that had seemed impossible just hours before. Brooke thanked Carter profusely, expressing her gratitude for his kind words about Hope. "I meant every word," Carter responded, his eyes flickering toward Hope, who smiled softly. His words seemed genuine, but there was a deeper undertone, one that Brooke didn't seem to catch. Later, when Brooke left the room, Hope and Carter were alone. The atmosphere between them shifted. There was an intimacy in the way they spoke, something unspoken yet palpable in the air. Carter told Hope she didn't need to thank him, to which she teasingly replied, "How do you know what I was going to say?" Was there more to this exchange than just professional gratitude? A private celebration? Crossing a line? As the day progressed, it became clear that Carter and Hope's connection was far deeper than anyone realized. Carter suggested to Hope that they celebrate privately at his place. It was a bold move, one that sent shockwaves through the normally composed Hope. But the temptation was undeniable, and Hope agreed to the idea. Liam's lingering feelings. A complicated love triangle? While Carter and Hope's evening was starting to unfold, Liam was dealing with his own conflicting emotions over at Spencer Publications. Bill Spencer, never one to shy away from getting involved in his sons' lives, was pressing Liam about his feelings for Hope. The marriage had ended long ago, and Bill was surprised that Liam still seemed to have hope, no pun intended, of reuniting with her. Liam's confession was unexpected. He hadn't moved on from Hope, and a recent conversation with his younger brother Will had opened his eyes to the fact. The two men bonded over their shared moments of clarity, with Will urging Liam to fight for Hope before someone else swooped in. Little did Liam know that someone else might already be closer than he thought. A romantic setting. Hope and Carter's evening heats up. Back at Carter's loft, the atmosphere was charged with romantic tension. Hope arrived to find the room dimly lit with candles and a fire blazing in the hearth. The scene was intimate, almost too perfect. It was clear Carter had planned the evening carefully, but the question remained, was this purely a celebration of their professional victory, or was it the beginning of something more personal? As they sat together, Carter's feelings for Hope finally spilled over. He admitted he couldn't stop thinking about her, A confession that caught Hope off guard but didn't seem entirely unwelcome. Just as things were heating up, though, a text from Liam interrupted the moment. Liam wanted to know when he could pick Beth up from her friend's house. It was a simple message, but it threw a wrench into the evening's vibe. Carter, feeling the tension, blurted out, "I know he wants you back." It was a bold, vulnerable statement that laid all of his feelings bare. Hope, conflicted, admitted that Liam had asked her to consider reuniting. But her hesitation was clear. She wasn't sure she could go back to that life. Carter, seizing the moment, reassured her that Beth would be happiest if Hope herself was in a good place, whether single or with someone new. A line crossed? The emotional intensity between Carter and Hope continued to build, with Carter showering Hope in compliments, telling her how amazing she was, both personally and professionally. Hope, in turn, confessed how much Carter had meant to her over the past year. She admired his wisdom, his calmness, and how she could talk to him without fear of judgment. Before they knew it, the pair were kissing passionately, buttons undone, clothing falling away in the heat of the moment. But just as quickly as it had started, Hope stopped, pulling away and reminding Carter that they shouldn't take things further. But Carter, clearly overwhelmed by his feelings for Hope, leaned in for another kiss, whispering, "But we could." What happens next? The tension between Hope and Carter is undeniable, but will they give in to their passions or pull back before things go too far? And what about Liam? How will he react if he finds out that someone else is vying for Hope's heart? Could this be the beginning of a love triangle that will tear apart not only personal relationships, but also business alliances at Forrester Creations? One thing is for sure. The private evening between Carter and Hope is only the beginning. Stay tuned as the drama unfolds, because this secret night might just lead to the biggest scandal Forrester Creations has ever seen. Will Carter and Hope keep things professional? Or is a new forbidden romance about to shake the foundations of their lives forever? Hope's warning flew by Carter. Soon it's too late. Bold and the Beautiful sets the stage. In the ever-dramatic world of Bold and the Beautiful, the flames of passion, betrayal and intrigue are always just around the corner. This week, the focus shifts to Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and her budding chemistry with none other than Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. The storyline takes an unexpected turn as Hope issues a cryptic warning, which Carter hasn't quite picked up on. But in the grand tradition of soap operas, it won't be long before everything comes crashing down, and by then it may be too late. As we delve into the complexities of Hope's character and her ever-shifting romantic pursuits, it becomes clear that Carter might be in for heartbreak. Could the warning signs have been there all along? And what does this mean for the future of Hope's relationships on the CBS soap? Let's dive in. Bold and the Beautiful. Hope Logan, the seductress, reawakens. Bold and the Beautiful has transformed Hope Logan's character over the years, and the once angelic woman we knew has evolved into something much more complicated. Not too long ago, Hope embarked on a steamy affair with Thomas Forrester Matthew Atkinson, shattering the image of purity she once upheld. It was a shocking twist for longtime viewers, as Hope seemed to embrace her darker desires, much to the delight of fans hungry for drama. But that wasn't the end of Hope's romantic misadventures. After her time with Thomas, she even set her sights on John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin. Her pursuit of Finn Steffi Forrester's, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, husband, seemed to be driven more by a personal vendetta against Steffi than genuine affection for Finn. However, Finn's adamant refusal put an end to that particular storyline before it could fully blossom. For a while, Hope appeared to calm down, redirecting her attention away from the bedroom and back toward more traditional soap opera conflicts. But now the soap has flipped the switch once again. Hope Logan's desires have been reawakened, and the object of her newfound passion is none other than Carter Walton. Carter, fresh from a series of failed relationships, is ripe for the picking, and Hope seems more than willing to swoop in and take advantage of his vulnerability. Carter Walton drops his guard, a recipe for heartbreak? Bold and the Beautiful fans know that Carter Walton has not had the best of luck when it comes to love. His recent romantic history is littered with heartbreak, from his ill-fated affair with Quinn Fuller Rena Sofer, to his intense but ultimately doomed engagement to Paris Buckingham, Diamond White. Each time Carter has been left standing alone, wondering where he went wrong. Now with Hope Logan in the picture, it seems like Carter may be ready to let his guard down once again. During a recent scene, Hope confided in Carter, admitting that she likes the idea of being with a man who isn't distracted by thoughts of another woman. It's a line that likely sent shivers down the spines of longtime viewers, as it mirrors things she said to Thomas before their doomed affair. But while Hope's words may seem promising, they carry a hidden warning, one that Carter hasn't yet recognized. As with her previous relationships, Hope's interest may be fleeting, and Carter could find himself caught up in her web of momentary passion. The question remains, is Carter doomed to suffer the same fate as Thomas and Finn, or will he be the one to break through Hope's emotional barriers? Hope's self-sabotaging behavior, a pattern of destruction? One of the most intriguing aspects of Hope Logan's character in recent months has been her tendency toward self-sabotage when it comes to love. Whether it's pushing away men she claims to care about or pursuing relationships that are doomed from the start, Hope's actions suggest a deep-seated fear of commitment. Take her affair with Thomas, for example. On the surface, it seemed like a classic soap opera love story. Two characters drawn together by passion and circumstance. But when it came time to solidify their relationship, Hope pushed Thomas away, seemingly afraid of the very thing she had been chasing. Her pursuit of Finn was even more puzzling. Why go after a man who is clearly devoted to his wife, Steffi? Many fans believe that Hope's desire for Finn was less about love and more about one-upping Steffi in their ongoing rivalry. After all, what better way to get back at your nemesis than by stealing her husband? But now, with Carter Walton in her sights, it's unclear where Hope's motivations lie. Is she genuinely interested in Carter? Or is this just another case of self-sabotage? Only time will tell, but one thing is for certain: Hope's pattern of destruction is far from over. Bold and the Beautiful. Carter didn't catch Hope's warning. What comes next? Despite the chemistry brewing between Hope and Carter, there's a sense that this romance is headed for disaster. Hope's recent comments to Carter were more than just sweet nothings. They were a warning. When Hope told Carter, "The only thing that I am certain of is how I feel right now, in this moment with you today," she wasn't just being romantic. She was subtly telling him that her feelings might not last. This is the same strategy Hope employed with both Thomas and Finn. In each case, she pursued the men based on how she felt in the moment, without considering the long-term consequences. And in each case, those relationships ended in heartbreak. So what does this mean for Carter? It seems likely that Carter will fall hard for Hope, just as Thomas did before him. The seductive background music will start playing, and the sparks will fly as Hope and Carter share passionate moments in the office. But as soon as Carter starts talking about a future, about marriage, kids, and a life together, Hope's feelings will likely shift. And when that happens, Carter will find himself in the same position he's been in before. Alone, heartbroken, and wondering how he missed the warning signs. Could this be Carter's last chance at love? For fans of Bold and the Beautiful, watching Carter Walton go through yet another heartbreak would be a tough pill to swallow. Carter is one of the show's most beloved characters, and viewers have been rooting for him to find lasting happiness for years. But if his relationship with Hope follows the same pattern as her previous romances, Carter could be in for a world of hurt. Still, there's always hope, pun intended, that things could turn out differently this time. Perhaps Carter will be the one to break through Hope's emotional walls and show her that love doesn't have to be fleeting. Or maybe Hope will finally confront her fear of commitment and take a leap of faith with Carter. Of course, this is Bold and the Beautiful we're talking about, so nothing is ever that simple. Whatever happens, fans can expect plenty of twists, turns, and drama along the way. The road ahead for Hope and Carter. Will they survive the storm? As Bold and the Beautiful continues to heat up, all eyes will be on Hope Logan and Carter Walton. Will their burgeoning romance stand the test of time? Or will it crumble under the weight of Hope's self-sabotaging tendencies? And will Carter finally find the lasting love he's been searching for? Or will he be left heartbroken once again? Here's how Thope got demolished again on Bold and the Beautiful. October 18th episode breakdown. The Bold and the Beautiful brought another shocking turn for fans in the Friday, October 18th episode, as Thope, Hope, and Thomas was officially put to rest, at least for now. CBS Daytime seems to have drawn a line in the sand, making it crystal clear that they aren't interested in reigniting the complicated, controversial relationship between Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson. This episode felt like a definitive conclusion to a storyline that has divided fans for years. But while one chapter closes, another one opens, this time with Hope seemingly getting cozy with none other than Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor. Let's dive into the juicy drama that unfolded, what it means for the future of these characters, and why fans are bracing themselves for yet another wild ride. Celebrating Hope's future, but not with Thomas. The scene kicked off with a conference meeting that left Hope feeling like she was on top of the world. After weeks of doom and gloom surrounding hope for the future, Carter single-handedly swooped in and saved the day. Sales were down, inspiration was lacking, and the brand that once soared had plummeted into a major slump. Hope had been floundering ever since Thomas's exit from her life, and it showed. She wasn't the same vibrant designer she once was, distracted, unfocused, and maybe even unmotivated. But Carter saw something else in Hope, potential, and not just for the brand. In the aftermath of the meeting, Carter proposed an interesting idea that could breathe new life into Hope for the future: a lingerie line. This idea wasn't just pulled out of thin air. It was a direct callback to Hope's mother, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, who famously helmed Brooke's Bedroom, a sultry lingerie line that caused waves at Forrester Creations years ago. Carter believed Hope should follow in her mother's footsteps, that she had what it took to be the face of a revamped, sexy line that could reignite passion for her brand. But was this business or was it personal? Carter's motives. Business or pleasure? If there's one thing The Bold and the Beautiful does better than any other show, it's blurring the lines between personal and professional relationships, and Carter's intentions are no exception. While he spoke with enthusiasm about reviving the brand, it became clear that his interest in Hope wasn't purely professional. Ever since their fateful trip to Rome, Carter hasn't been able to get Hope off his mind. And though they didn't have any romantic entanglements in the past, the chemistry that developed between them over time was undeniable. Carter's enthusiasm for Hope wasn't just about fashion. He was genuinely smitten. His decision to help Hope felt less like a calculated business move, and more like an opportunity to get closer to her, especially now that Thomas was out of the picture. Carter confessed that his feelings for Hope had been simmering beneath the surface for a while, and that fateful Rome trip solidified them. What made this confession even more shocking was that, at the time of their trip, Hope was still married to Liam Scott Clifton, and had already shared a passionate kiss with Thomas. Carter and Hope, from business to pleasure. After their successful meeting with Ridge, Torsten Kay, and Steffi, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, Hope and Carter left work, but the business of the day wasn't the only thing on their minds. Instead of heading to dinner, they went straight to Carter's place, where the real celebration began. The atmosphere was set. Dim lighting, candles already lit, and a romantic vibe that screamed seduction. It was obvious Carter had planned something special for Hope, but little did she know just how serious things were about to get. Carter made his boldest move yet. After confessing that he had been thinking about Hope ever since their Rome trip, he pulled her in for a passionate kiss. The chemistry was undeniable, and Hope, caught up in the moment, unbuttoned Carter's shirt. But as things heated up, Hope suddenly pulled back, a look of realization crossing her face. Was she really about to sleep with her Aunt Katie's Heather Tom man? Was she following in her mother's footsteps by jumping from one man to the next? Hope's hesitation spoke volumes. Hope's inner conflict. Is Carter just a tool for her success? Hope's sudden change of heart in the middle of a steamy encounter wasn't just about Carter. It was about what he represented. For months, Hope had been struggling, not just with her career but with her personal identity. Her kiss with Thomas had thrown her life into chaos, causing her marriage to crumble and sparking a scandal. Now, with Thomas out of her life and her relationship with Liam over, Hope found herself in unfamiliar territory. Single, confused, and on the brink of a new relationship that didn't seem to be entirely genuine. There's a possibility that Hope's interest in Carter is more strategic than romantic. Carter's sudden re-entry into Hope's life conveniently coincided with the revival of hope for the future. Could Hope be using Carter, not as a romantic partner, but as a stepping stone to further her brand? The parallels between her and Brooke are hard to ignore. After all, Brooke's Bedroom skyrocketed to success, thanks in part to Brooke's charm and ability to blur the lines between her personal life and her professional ambitions. The demolition of Thope. What does the future hold? As for Thope, fans can officially put the ship to rest, at least for now. Thomas has been written out of Hope's life once again, And it's clear that the Bold and the Beautiful isn't looking to revisit their toxic, complex relationship anytime soon. The storyline with Carter is a new direction for Hope, but it's unclear whether it will be one that lasts. Carter's romantic confession may have caught Hope off guard, but it's clear that she's not completely sold on him yet. While they shared a heated moment, Hope's hesitation indicates that she's still grappling with her feelings. Is she ready to move on from Thomas completely? Is Carter just a rebound or something more? And will Hope's feelings for Thomas resurface later down the line, especially with their shared history? In true soap fashion, the answers to these questions will likely come with plenty of twists and turns. Bold and the Beautiful fans should buckle up for what promises to be an emotional roller coaster, as Hope continues to navigate her complicated love life. Final thoughts. Is this the end of Thope? The Bold and the Beautiful has always thrived on complicated relationships, love triangles, and messy entanglements, and the October 18th episode was no different. While it seems like Thope has been demolished for good, the show has a way of bringing back storylines when we least expect it. As Hope's relationship with Carter heats up literally, her inner conflict suggests that she may not be ready to fully move on. Whether or not Carter is the right man for Hope, or simply a convenient distraction, remains to be seen. Is Luna the new Sheila? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers spark intense debate. The Bold and the Beautiful has long been known for its shocking twists, complex characters, and storylines that keep fans at the edge of their seats. But with the recent developments involving Luna Nozawa, many fans have started to wonder, is Luna the new Sheila Carter? Sheila has been the show's resident villainess for decades, committing some of the most heinous crimes in soap opera history. From cold-blooded murders to elaborate schemes that have destroyed lives, Sheila has done it all. But now, with Sheila seemingly settling into a relatively calmer life, it appears the soap is setting the stage for a new bad girl in town, Luna Nozawa. Luna's recent actions, her arrest for the murders of Tom and Hollis, her frame job of her own mother Poppy, and her imprisonment of Steffy Forrester, are sending shockwaves through the fan community. It's not just the crimes themselves that are causing an uproar, but the chilling way Luna carries herself, which seems eerily reminiscent of Sheila in her prime. So, is Luna on the path to becoming the next Sheila Carter? Or is she carving out a villainous legacy of her own? Let's dive into what makes Luna such a dangerous character, and why fans are comparing her to one of the soap's most notorious villains. Luna's ruthlessness mirrors Sheila's dark past. From the moment Luna Nozawa arrived on The Bold and the Beautiful, there was something mysterious about her. She seemed charming, intelligent, and ambitious, but beneath the surface, it was clear she harbored a dark side. Her shocking arrest for the murders of Tom and Hollis marked a turning point for her character, revealing just how far she is willing to go to achieve her goals. What's more chilling is how she framed her own mother Poppy for the murders. Much like Sheila, Luna has proven that she is willing to destroy anyone in her path, even her own family, to get what she wants. But perhaps the most disturbing act so far has been Luna's treatment of Steffy Forrester. Luna kept Steffy imprisoned when her cousin-in-law started poking around in her affairs. This wasn't just a kidnapping, it was psychological warfare. Luna starved and tortured Steffy, breaking her down mentally while keeping her locked in a cage. This act of cruelty was a stark reminder of some of Sheila's most infamous deeds. Sound familiar? It should, because Sheila's long history of villainy is filled with similar acts of manipulation, violence, and torture. One of Sheila's most memorable crimes was the murder of Lance Day, who she killed by releasing a swarm of bees into his apartment. It was a slow, painful death, and one that showed Sheila's twisted mind at work. Luna may not have used bees, but her psychological torture of Steffy had a similar effect, breaking down her victim both physically and mentally. The way Luna plays the long game, carefully plotting her next move while keeping her dark side hidden from most, feels like a direct nod to Sheila's modus operandi, a dark desire for power and love. Another key similarity between Luna and Sheila is their obsession with love and power. For Sheila, her love life has been a central motivator behind many of her worst crimes. Whether it was her dangerous obsession with James Warwick, Eric Forrester, or even her twisted love for her son Finn, Sheila has always believed that she deserves love, even if it means destroying others to get it. Luna's obsession with Bill Spencer seems to follow a similar trajectory. At first, Luna seemed to view Bill as a father figure, someone she could rely on and admire. But recently, fans have started to wonder if there's something more to Luna's feelings. Luna has shared some intimate moments with Bill, even kissing him, leading to speculation that her desire for him might run deeper than just a paternal connection. Is Bill truly Luna's biological father? Or is there something more sinister going on here? Either way, Luna's fixation on Bill is becoming increasingly dangerous. And if she believes that anyone is standing in the way of her bond with Bill, they might find themselves on Luna's hit list. Much like Sheila, Luna seems to believe that love and power are intertwined. Sheila committed murder, kidnapping, and countless other crimes, all in the name of securing her place in the lives of the men she loved. Luna appears to be heading down a similar path, willing to commit unspeakable acts to maintain control over the people she wants in her life. Could Luna escape prison like Sheila? One of the most iconic moments in Sheila's storyline was her prison escape. After being arrested for her many crimes, Sheila managed to manipulate the system and break out of custody, going on the run and causing even more chaos in the lives of the Forresters and everyone around them. Fans are now speculating that Luna might be gearing up for a similar escape. After all, Luna is smart, manipulative, and has already proven that she's willing to do whatever it takes to get what she wants. Could Luna seduce or bribe a prison guard to help her escape? Certainly possible. And if Luna does manage to break out of prison, it could set the stage for an epic showdown between her and the rest of the Bold and the Beautiful characters. Steffi, Bill, and even Poppy would be in grave danger if Luna were to return to town with a vendetta. And unlike Sheila, who has seemingly reformed, at least for now, Luna might be even more dangerous. She has no ties to family, no desire for redemption, and no hesitation to eliminate anyone who stands in her way. Could Luna surpass Sheila as the Bold and the Beautiful's ultimate villain? Sheila Carter has been the Bold and the Beautiful's ultimate villain for decades, and her legacy as a soap opera villain is unmatched. But could Luna Nozawa surpass Sheila in terms of sheer villainy? In some ways, Luna is already more dangerous than Sheila. While Sheila's crimes were often motivated by love or a twisted desire for acceptance, Luna's motivations seem to stem from a place of pure ambition and power. She's willing to betray her own family, frame her own mother, and imprison her own cousin-in-law to get what she wants. And if Luna's obsession with Bill continues to grow, there's no telling how far she'll go to secure her place in his life. If she escapes from prison, Luna could return to town with a vengeance, targeting anyone who has ever crossed her. With Sheila seemingly settling down and focusing on her family, the stage is set for Luna to take up the mantle of the Bold and the Beautiful's most dangerous character. She has the intelligence, the ruthlessness, and the lack of empathy that made Sheila such a formidable villain. But Luna's ambition might make her even more dangerous than Sheila ever was. What does the future hold for Luna Nozawa? As the Bold and the Beautiful continues to unfold, it's clear that the story isn't done with Luna Nozawa just yet. Her arrest may seem like the end of the road for her character, but in the world of soap operas, anything is possible. Luna could easily escape from prison, returning to town at the most unexpected moment to wreak havoc on those who wronged her. And with Bill Spencer at the center of her obsession, anyone who gets between her and Bill could be in serious danger. Fans are eagerly speculating about what Luna's next move will be. Will she take up Sheila's mantle as the show's ultimate villain? Or will she carve out her own path of destruction, leaving a trail of bodies and broken lives in her wake? One thing is for sure. Luna Nozawa is a force to be reckoned with, and her story is far from over. Final thoughts. Is Luna the new Sheila? As we've explored in this deep dive, Luna Nozawa has all the makings of a classic Bold and the Beautiful villain. From her ruthless nature to her obsession with love and power, Luna's character arc feels like a modern-day homage to Sheila Carter's long reign of terror. But Luna isn't just a copy of Sheila. She's a villain in her own right, with her own unique motivations and methods. While Sheila's crimes were often driven by her twisted desire for love and acceptance, Luna seems to be motivated by pure ambition and a desire for control. As we watch Luna's story unfold, it's clear that she has the potential to become the show's next big bad. And with Sheila seemingly out of the picture for now, Luna could be the one to carry the torch of villainy into the next chapter of The Bold and the Beautiful. So is Luna the new Sheila? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. Luna Nozawa is a character you don't want to underestimate. Forget Bill, here's why Brooke and Eric should reunite on The Bold and the Beautiful. Watch out, Donna. Brooke and Eric could be headed for a shocking reunion on BNB that might tear the Logan family apart. While fans are speculating that Brooke will inevitably rebound with Bill, there's a bigger twist brewing. One that involves another of Brooke's ex-husbands. Yes, we're talking about Eric Forrester. Hey bold and beautiful For You fans, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into a potential BNB twist that no one saw coming. Brooke and Eric. Yes, that's right. Forget Bill. A reunion between Brooke and Eric could shake things up in ways you won't believe, and we're here to break it all down for you. Grab your popcorn because this theory could send Donna spiraling into revenge mode, and Brooke might find herself in another scandal that will leave everyone talking. So why do we think Brooke and Eric could be heading for a rekindling romance? Let's get into it. Brooke and Ridge. The beginning of the end? First, let's address the elephant in the room. Ridge and Brooke. Yes, they're considered the ultimate endgame couple, but their relationship has always been a roller coaster of love, heartbreak, and endless drama. We've seen Ridge waver between Brooke and Taylor time and time again, and let's face it, Brooke always ends up feeling insecure. That insecurity is only growing with Taylor back in town. Cue the classic Brooke versus Taylor rivalry. Brooke has already turned to Eric for advice and comfort about Ridge and Taylor's increasingly close bond. So the stage is set for Eric to be Brooke's emotional support once again. But this time, things might go further than either of them expect. With Brooke's history of rebounding from Ridge into the arms of someone else, Eric is a prime candidate for her next move. Could Eric be Brooke's safe harbor in this new storm brewing with Ridge? Why Eric is the perfect comfort for Brooke. Brooke and Eric's relationship has always been complicated. They were married in the early 90s after Brooke's tumultuous breakup with Ridge, and their connection has never really disappeared. While they share a strong friendship, their history as lovers is undeniable. After all, their union produced Rick Forrester, a character who was the symbol of their once strong bond. Eric has always been a man who values loyalty and family, and despite Brooke's many transgressions, he's never truly let go of the feelings he had for her. Could his nostalgia for their relationship reignite the spark? It's important to remember that while Eric is currently with Donna, there have been subtle hints that all isn't perfect in paradise. With Donna's insecurities bubbling up, we could see her worst fears realized if Eric starts to see Brooke in a new, or rather old romantic light. The love triangle nobody expected. If you thought Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor was intense, imagine the fallout of a Brooke, Eric, and Donna love triangle. Donna has always had an inferiority complex when it comes to her older sister, and for good reason. Brooke has stolen boyfriends and husbands before. Donna and Eric's relationship is stable for now, but Brooke's return to Eric's life could push Donna over the edge. Picture this. Brooke and Eric share a moment, maybe after Ridge breaks her heart again, and it reignites old feelings. Eric, ever the gentleman, tries to resist, but Brooke's allure is hard to deny. If Brooke steals Donna's man, this could mark a turning point in the Logan sisters' relationship. Donna, who has long been the forgiving sibling, may finally reach her breaking point. Cue Donna's revenge. Wouldn't it be juicy to see Donna, who has always been sweet and forgiving, flip the script and become the vengeful sister we've never seen before? A fresh twist on a stale storyline. Let's be honest, fans have seen Brooke and Bill's on-again off-again romance play out several times. While it was fun at first, it's starting to feel repetitive. Bill has bounced back and forth between Brooke and Katie, and while their chemistry is undeniable, it's also predictable. Another Brooke and Bill reunion would just be revisiting the same old drama. A Brooke and Eric reunion, on the other hand, would inject fresh energy into the bold and the beautiful. Eric has been stuck in the background for too long, and this could be a way to revitalize his character, while also giving Brooke a new love interest. The Brooke and Eric pairing would create a whole new dynamic in the Forrester family, especially with their shared history and the drama it would cause with Donna. The fallout. What happens next? If Brooke and Eric do reunite, the fallout could be catastrophic for both the Logan and Forrester families. Donna would be devastated, and Brooke's relationship with her sister would be shattered. But that's not all. This reunion could also impact Eric's standing in the Forrester family. We all know how protective the Forresters are when it comes to family, especially Ridge. If Ridge finds out that Brooke has rekindled her romance with his father, it could drive a permanent wedge between them. Ridge has always had complicated feelings about Brooke and Eric's past relationship, And this could be the final straw that breaks Brooke's future. Will she end up alone? Another interesting angle is the possibility that Brooke's betrayal of Donna could lead to her isolation. Over the years, Brooke has hurt so many people in her quest for love. Could this finally be the moment when everyone turns their back on her? Ridge might wash his hands of her for good, and Donna could vow never to speak to her sister again. While Brooke has always managed to land on her feet, this time the consequences could be too great. Could Brooke end up alone, rejected by the people she loves most? Conclusion: is a Brooke and Eric reunion what BNB needs? In the unpredictable world of the bold and the beautiful, anything is possible, and a Brooke and Eric reunion would certainly shake things up. It would be a refreshing change from the usual Brooke and Ridge or Brooke and Bill drama, and could introduce exciting new storylines for several key characters. Will Brooke and Eric actually reunite? Only time will tell, but if it happens, Donna better watch her back because the Logan family could be headed for its biggest feud yet. Closing call to action. What do you think, bold and beautiful for you fans? Is Brooke destined to end up back in Eric's arms, or will she stay loyal to Ridge? And what will Donna do if her sister steals her man? Drop your comments below and let's get the conversation started. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for all the latest BNB gossip, spoilers, and wild fan theories. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for October 21st to 25th, 2024. Unstoppable drama, passion, and shocking revelations. As fans of the bold and the beautiful brace for another thrilling week, the drama that's about to unfold from October 21st to 25th, 2024, will leave everyone speechless. If you thought the events of the previous week were intense, with Carter playing peacekeeper between Hope and Steffy while struggling with his feelings for Hope, get ready for even more explosive confrontations, emotional revelations, and romantic twists. Let's dive into a detailed day-by-day breakdown of next week's must-watch moments. Monday, October 21st. Carter's confession shakes the foundations of Forrester Creations. Kicking off the week, we'll witness Carter's shocking confession of love for Hope. After their intimate evening the previous week, Carter has reached a point where he can no longer keep his feelings bottled up. His bold declaration is sure to send shockwaves through the entire Forrester family and beyond. Expect the tension between the Forrester and Logan families to grow even more as they grapple with this unexpected revelation. Meanwhile, Brooke and Deacon have an emotional heart-to-heart about their daughter Hope. Brooke is growing increasingly concerned that her daughter is heading down a dangerous path by getting involved with Carter. While Deacon wants to remain supportive of Hope's choices, Brooke fears that this newfound romance could bring further turmoil to her family. But that's not all. The tension extends to Forrester Creations itself. Ridge and Steffy are less than pleased with Carter's decision to shift his focus to Hope for the future, especially considering the fashion line's recent financial troubles. They're left questioning whether Carter's personal feelings for Hope are clouding his professional judgment. Could this be the beginning of a major power struggle within the company? Tuesday, October 22nd. Reminiscing, rivalries, and a family torn apart. On Tuesday, Hope finds herself torn between the passion she feels for Carter and the reality of the situation. She can't stop thinking about their romantic evening together. But before she can fully process her emotions, her mother, Brooke, swoops in to warn her about the potential consequences of starting a relationship with Carter. Brooke's fears aren't unfounded. She's seen too many love triangles in her lifetime, and she knows how quickly things can spiral out of control. Meanwhile, Carter's decision to invite Ivy and Elektra Forrester to present their jewelry line at Forrester Creations causes even more friction. Ivy and Elektra, as distant members of the Forrester family, are no strangers to the cutthroat world of fashion. But their sudden re-entry into the company sparks a wave of unease, particularly for Steffy, who is already feeling the pressure from Carter's growing influence. Steffy can't help but wonder whether Ivy and Elektra's arrival is part of a larger plan to edge her out of her leadership role. Is Carter aligning with the Forrester cousins to push Steffy aside? Or is there more to his agenda than meets the eye? Wednesday, October 23rd. Steffy fights back. Is she losing control? Midweek brings one of the most heated confrontations of the week, as Steffy clashes with Carter over Ivy and Elektra's role at Forrester Creations. Steffy has long been the driving force behind the company's success, and she's not about to let anyone threaten her position. But when Carter dismisses her concerns and insists that Ivy and Elektra's jewelry line could be a game-changer for the company, Steffi feels even more cornered. What starts as a professional disagreement quickly turns personal. Steffi accuses Carter of letting his personal feelings for Hope cloud his business judgment, while Carter fires back, questioning Steffi's ability to separate her emotions from her work. The tension between these two will reach a boiling point, and the fallout could have devastating consequences for the future of Forrester Creations. Adding to the chaos, Ivy and Elektra's designs are met with mixed reactions. While some at Forrester Creations are impressed by their creativity, others, including Steffi, are less convinced. Could this be the beginning of a full-blown family feud? Thursday, October 24th. Ivy's shocking bombshell. Is Steffi in over her head? On Thursday, Ivy takes matters into her own hands by pulling Eric aside for a private conversation. She believes that Steffi's emotions are clouding her judgment and putting the company at risk. Ivy shares her fears that Steffi is making impulsive decisions that could have long-lasting repercussions for Forrester Creations. Eric, always the family patriarch, is left deeply concerned by Ivy's revelations. He's watched his family endure countless battles over the years, but this latest conflict has him questioning whether Steffi is truly the right person to lead the company into the future. Could Ivy's warning be the catalyst for a major leadership shakeup at Forrester Creations? At the same time, Steffi turns to her father, Ridge, for support. She opens up about her growing concerns over Carter's motives and his influence on the company. Ridge, torn between his loyalty to his daughter and his commitment to the business, is left in a difficult position. Will he side with Steffi? Or will he put the company's future ahead of his family? Friday, October 25th. Carter's bold vision. Will it tear the Forresters apart? The week ends with a jaw-dropping finale, as Carter unveils a bold and ambitious plan for the future of Forrester Creations. His vision for the company is unlike anything the Forresters have seen before, and it immediately sparks a fierce debate among the family. Some, including Hope, are fully on board with Carter's plan, believing it could revitalize the struggling Hope for the Future line and bring new energy to the company. However, others, including Steffi and Ridge, are deeply skeptical. They fear that Carter's plan could backfire and potentially destroy the company's legacy. As the Forresters and Logans find themselves on opposite sides of the debate, tensions reach an all-time high. In the midst of all this turmoil, unexpected alliances begin to form. Characters who were once at odds may find themselves working together, while others who were once close may start to drift apart. By the end of the week, Steffi is left questioning where her loyalties truly lie, both in her personal life and in the business. Ivy Forrester's dramatic return to Los Angeles. What does it mean for the Forrester family on The Bold and the Beautiful? The Bold and the Beautiful, CBS's long-running daytime soap, has given fans countless moments of passion, betrayal, love, and heartache. With rumors circulating about the return of Ivy Forrester to Los Angeles, longtime fans are buzzing with excitement, especially after she was spotted briefly earlier this year. Spoilers hint that Ivy's return isn't just for a short visit. The jewelry designer may be back for good, and her arrival is set to stir the already complex pot of drama in the Forrester family. On October 21, 2024, Ivy Forrester will officially step back into the world of Forrester Creations, and her return raises a lot of questions. How will this impact her relationships with Liam, Wyatt, and Steffi? Will her reappearance cause more trouble for the already fragile relationships in the Forrester-Spencer clan? Let's dive deep into the history of Ivy Forrester, her relationships, and what this comeback could mean for the current storyline. Ivy's backstory. For those who may not remember, Ivy Forrester, played by Ashley Brewer, made her debut on The Bold and the Beautiful in 2014. As the daughter of John Forrester, Ivy was a part of the prestigious Forrester family by blood, which gave her instant credibility in the fashion world. Ivy's arrival in LA had her quickly settling into a role as a jewelry designer at Forrester Creations. Her talent, along with her lineage, made her a valuable asset to the company. However, Ivy wasn't just a fashion designer. She was deeply involved in the romance and intrigue that has made The Bold and the Beautiful so addictive to watch. Over the course of her 4 years on the show, Ivy was involved in a love triangle with none other than Liam and Wyatt Spencer, brothers who have a long history of competing for the same woman. Ivy left Los Angeles in 2018, But her return for a brief stint in 2024, and now again in October, suggests there are unresolved issues that need to be addressed. The history of Ivy and Liam. Ivy and Liam's relationship was complicated from the start. While they initially had a deep connection, their romance was plagued by outside forces, namely Steffy Forrester, Liam's on-again, off-again love interest and wife. Steffi's return to LA in 2015 ended Ivy and Liam's budding relationship, as Steffy and Liam rekindled their romance. This love triangle between Steffy, Liam, and Ivy was central to Ivy's storyline for a long time. Ivy tried to hold on to Liam, but in the end, Liam always chose Steffy. Her heartbreak led her to Wyatt, but even that relationship wasn't without its own complications. Fast forward to April 2024. When Ivy was seen briefly in Los Angeles, she shared a passionate kiss with Liam at Il Giardino, leaving Liam confused and sparking fresh tension between him and Steffy. Could this kiss be the beginning of a renewed romance between Ivy and Liam? Or was it just a fleeting moment from the past? What brings Ivy back? According to spoilers, Ivy Forrester isn't returning to LA for just a casual visit. The teasers indicate that Ivy will be escorted into Forrester Creations by none other than Carter Walton, leaving Steffy shocked. Steffy's not the only one who will be surprised. Longtime fans are eager to see what Ivy's return will mean for everyone, particularly her past lovers. Ivy has always been a wild card. She's beautiful, smart, and determined, which means she's not afraid to go after what she wants. Could it be that Ivy wants to reclaim her place in Forrester Creations and reignite her romance with Liam? Or will she set her sights on someone else like Wyatt? Ivy vs. Steffy Round 2? One of the most anticipated aspects of Ivy's return is the potential clash between her and Steffy Forrester. The two women were rivals in the past, both professionally and romantically. Steffy won Liam's heart before, but with Ivy back in town, could she pose a threat to Steffy's happiness again? Steffy is known for being fierce and protective of what's hers, and she's not one to forgive easily. If Ivy starts working at Forrester Creations again, Steffy may see it as a direct challenge. Add to that the tension between Steffy and Liam after the recent drama involving Hope, and Ivy's return could push Steffy over the edge. Spoilers suggest that Ivy's role at Forrester Creations might not just be as a jewelry designer. She could be gunning for a bigger role in the company. This would put her in direct competition with Steffy, and with tensions already high at Forrester Creations, Ivy's arrival could be the spark that ignites a new feud. Elektra Forrester, the new face at Forrester Creations? Another intriguing twist in Ivy's return is the introduction of her niece, Elektra Forrester, played by newcomer Linnea Grace. Elektra is expected to apply for an internship at Forrester Creations, filling the position recently vacated by Luna. Elektra's arrival could open up a whole new storyline. Young, ambitious, and ready to make her mark, Elektra could stir things up in her own right. Will she follow in her aunt's footsteps and become a jewelry designer? Or will she aim for something bigger, like fashion design, or even a more influential role at Forrester Creations? With a new generation of Forresters coming into play, the dynamics at Forrester Creations could shift dramatically. Could Elektra become the next big rival for Steffy? Or will she prove to be a loyal ally? Will Ivy get another shot at love? One of the biggest questions on fans' minds is whether Ivy will find love again in Los Angeles. With Liam seemingly preoccupied with his feelings for Hope and his complicated history with Steffy, there may not be room for Ivy in his life, at least not romantically. However, that doesn't mean Ivy won't find someone else to fill the void. Could Wyatt be the man who rekindles a romance with Ivy? Wyatt and Ivy had their share of ups and downs, but Wyatt has grown and matured since their last relationship. Could they find common ground again? Or will Ivy find herself drawn to someone new? With Carter Walton now seemingly involved with Hope, it seems unlikely that Ivy will pursue him, but anything is possible in the world of the bold and the beautiful. Perhaps Ivy's return will bring a new love interest into the picture, someone who could help her heal from her past heartbreaks and finally give her the happy ending she deserves. What does Ivy's return mean for the Forresters? Ivy's return to Los Angeles won't just affect her personal relationships. It could also have a significant impact on the Forrester family as a whole. As Eric Forrester's niece, Ivy has a stake in the family business. If she decides to stay in LA permanently, she could play a larger role at Forrester Creations, which could lead to power struggles within the company. Steffi, Ridge and Thomas have been the dominant players at Forrester Creations, but with Ivy back in the mix, there could be a shift in the balance of power. If Ivy decides to challenge Steffi for control, it could lead to a fierce battle for the future of Forrester Creations. The return of Ivy Forrester to the Bold and the Beautiful promises to shake things up in a big way. With her complicated romantic history with Liam and Wyatt, her rivalry with Steffi, and her potential role at Forrester Creations, Ivy is sure to bring plenty of drama with her when she steps back into the spotlight on October 21, 2024. SS and personal dynamics? Fans of the show won't want to miss a single moment as Ivy's return plays out. Will she find love again? Will she reignite old rivalries? And how will her presence affect the Forrester family's busying? What is Liam Spencer's plan to win Hope Logan back on the Bold and the Beautiful? Unpacking his story and next move. Liam Spencer's romantic journey on the Bold and the Beautiful has been one of the most tumultuous in soap opera history. A character caught in a seemingly endless loop of love triangles, emotional confusion and intense heartbreak, Liam has often found himself torn between two women, Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester. Over the years, this love triangle has become a defining feature of his storyline. However, in 2024, with both Hope and Steffi having moved on, Liam faces the daunting task of choosing whether to fight for Hope once again or move on with his life. This article will dive into Liam's most recent plan to win Hope back, despite her refusal of a reunion. We'll explore Liam's mindset, the current dynamics between him, Hope and Steffi, and what the future might hold for this character who always seems to be at a romantic crossroads. Liam's love for Hope, the eternal struggle. Since his first appearance on The Bold and the Beautiful, Liam Spencer, portrayed by Scott Clifton, has found himself at the center of dramatic romantic entanglements. His relationship with Hope Logan, played by Annika Noel, began with youthful innocence, blossoming into something deeper as they navigated their personal and professional lives. But this love story was never simple. Liam's indecision between Hope and Steffi often caused heartbreak and strained loyalties. For years, fans watched as Liam oscillated between the two women, leading to countless moments of tension, betrayal, and emotional outbursts. But 2024 marks a turning point in Liam's life. Steffi has moved on, and Hope has rejected his previous advances. So why does Liam still cling to the hope of rekindling their romance? His realization that Hope is the one for him may have come too late, but his plan to win her back reveals a deep, thoughtful side to his character, something that might sway Hope's heart or further complicate matters. Liam's new plan. The video tribute to Hope. As we approach the October 16, 2024, episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers indicate that Liam is preparing a bold and emotionally charged gesture to capture Hope's attention. After all their ups and downs, Liam has seemingly come to the conclusion that he must not only apologize but also prove how deeply he values Hope, both as a mother and as a woman. His plan. A meticulously crafted video tribute that highlights Hope's many accomplishments. This video isn't just a simple gift, it's a symbolic gesture. By showcasing Hope's personal and professional achievements, Liam aims to acknowledge her strength, her resilience, and the way she's grown, especially as a mother to their daughter Beth. He's hoping that this thoughtful tribute will resonate with her, reminding her of their shared history and the good times they've experienced together. But will this grand gesture be enough? Or is Liam simply trying to recapture something that has long since faded? Hope's current situation, moving on without Liam. Hope Logan has always been portrayed as a woman of immense patience. For years, she stood by while Liam floundered in his decision-making, often caught between her and Steffi. But after so many betrayals and disappointments, Hope finally put her foot down, choosing to focus on her career, and most importantly, her family. In recent months, Hope has been building a new relationship with Carter Walton, played by Lawrence St. Victor. Carter, a steady and reliable figure, offers Hope the kind of stability that Liam never could. After years of emotional turbulence, Hope seems ready for a fresh start, and fans have noticed a growing bond between her and Carter. When Liam previously proposed rekindling their romance, Hope turned him down. While they share a daughter and a complex history, Hope's desire for stability seems to be leading her in a different direction. She wants a man who can offer her consistent love, something Liam has struggled to provide in the past. Yet, despite her budding romance with Carter, Liam's video tribute may still tug at her heartstrings. Hope is, after all, someone who values loyalty and emotional connection, and Liam's gesture might serve as a reminder of the depth of their shared history. But it could also complicate her feelings for Carter, who has been nothing but supportive in recent times. The new love triangle: Hope, Liam, and Carter. With Liam's recent confession of loneliness to Ivy Forrester and his growing realization that Hope is the woman he wants, fans are bracing themselves for a new love triangle, this time involving Hope, Liam, and Carter. While Carter is undoubtedly a more stable choice, Liam's history with Hope makes him hard to ignore. Will Hope allow herself to be drawn back into Liam's orbit, or will she choose to move forward with Carter? This is the question that will drive much of the drama in the coming weeks. Hope may appreciate Liam's efforts, but she also seems determined to avoid falling into old patterns. She's been burned before, and her recent conversation with Carter suggests she's looking for something different this time around. Liam's inner conflict. Can he move on from Steffy? While Liam's focus seems to be on winning Hope back, there's another factor complicating his feelings: Steffy Forrester. Steffy and Liam's connection is deep, and despite her own romantic entanglements, their bond as co-parents and former lovers has always kept them intertwined. Liam's struggle to move on from Steffy may have prevented him from fully committing to Hope in the past, but now that Steffy has her own problems, including her abduction ordeal with Luna, Liam might finally be ready to let go. However, Steffy's presence in Liam's life will always loom large, creating tension as Liam tries to rekindle his romance with Hope. Ivy Forrester's return. A new rival for Hope? Another potential wrinkle in Liam's plans is the return of Ivy Forrester to Los Angeles. Ivy and Liam have a history, and with her arrival, fans are speculating about whether she might want to rekindle their relationship. Ivy's presence could serve as a reminder to Hope of the many women who have been drawn to Liam over the years, potentially stirring up feelings of jealousy and insecurity. Hope has already expressed that she wants stability and commitment, and the arrival of another rival could test Liam's ability to provide that. If Ivy enters the picture, Hope might feel even more justified in moving on with Carter, who has been nothing but consistent in his feelings for her. What's next for Liam and Hope? Liam's grand gesture with the video tribute might prove to be a turning point in his relationship with Hope, but it could also be the final act in a love story that has reached its natural conclusion. Hope is at a crossroads and so is Liam. Both characters are facing important decisions about their futures, and fans of The Bold and the Beautiful will be watching closely to see how this story unfolds. Will Liam's plan to win Hope back succeed, or will he be forced to face the reality that she has moved on for good? Will Hope choose the stability of Carter over the emotional history she shares with Liam? And how will Ivy Forrester's return shake things up? The October 16th episode promises to be a pivotal one, as Liam's heartfelt tribute could either reignite his romance with Hope or serve as a reminder of why they were never meant to be. Either way, this story arc is far from over, and The Bold and the Beautiful continues to keep fans on the edge of their seats with its ever-evolving love triangles and emotional twists. The long road ahead. Liam Spencer's journey to win back Hope Logan is just beginning. While his video tribute is a bold and thoughtful move, it's clear that Hope's heart isn't so easily swayed. She's building something new with Carter, and Liam's past actions might make it difficult for her to trust him again. Still, their shared history and the deep connection they have as co-parents to Beth might prove too strong to ignore. Who played Rick Forrester on The Bold and the Beautiful? Everything you need to know about this Forrester heir. Introduction: The history of Rick Forrester. Rick Forrester is one of the most iconic characters on The Bold and the Beautiful, part of the powerful and fashion-forward Forrester family dynasty. First introduced in 1990 as the son of Brooke Logan and Eric Forrester, Rick's complex storylines have captivated fans for decades. Though he is not currently on screen, his presence and impact still linger in the show's rich history. Over the years, Rick has been portrayed by a variety of talented actors, each bringing their own unique twist to the role. In this ultimate guide, we'll delve deep into everything you need to know about Rick Forrester, the actors who played him, his story arcs, and his most memorable moments. Whether you're a longtime fan or new to the show, this comprehensive look at Rick Forrester's journey will leave you with insights and juicy gossip that you won't want to miss. Chapter 1. The birth of a Forrester. Rick's early years. Rick Forrester's introduction on The Bold and the Beautiful was steeped in drama from the very beginning. Born to Brooke Logan and Eric Forrester, Rick's arrival in 1990 marked the beginning of his complicated role within the Forrester family. As fans will know, nothing in the world of soaps is ever simple. Brooke's marriage to Eric was already fraught with tension, primarily due to her unresolved feelings for Eric's son, Ridge Forrester, a dynamic that would play a significant role in shaping Rick's future. At first, Rick was portrayed by child actors Nicole and Ryan Miller, whose casting helped establish the early years of his character. Though Rick was initially a background presence, his role in the Forrester family would eventually grow into one of the most pivotal. In this section, we'll explore Rick's early years and the major family events that surrounded his infancy and childhood. You'll discover how the complex relationships between Brooke, Eric, and Ridge would plant the seeds of Rick's future obsession with the Forrester Creations legacy. Chapter 2: Rapid Aging Syndrome. The soap opera magic of Rick's childhood. By 1991, Rick was aged up to a toddler, and child actor Jeremy Snyder took on the role. This is a common soap opera phenomenon known as SORAS, soap opera rapid aging syndrome, where characters are aged up quickly to advance the storyline. Rick's toddler years were marked by family drama, and we began to see the first signs of the ambitious, sometimes troubled young man he would later become. Between 1991 and 1995, Jeremy Snyder portrayed Rick during a time of intense family feuds, business rivalries, and shifting loyalties at Forrester Creations. Though still a child, Rick was already being groomed to understand the complexities of the family business. This section will take a closer look at Snyder's portrayal of Rick and the growing tension between him, his mother Brooke, and Ridge Forrester, a rivalry that would define much of Rick's future. Chapter 3: Teen Rick. Stephen Hartman and a new chapter for the Forrester heir. By 1995, Rick was once again aged up, and this time Stephen Hartman took over the role. With Rick now a teenager, his character was thrust into more mature storylines. As the son of two of the most powerful figures in the Forrester family, Rick was expected to take his place within the family business, but his struggles with identity and ambition often led him into conflict. Hartman's portrayal of Rick spanned 2 critical years in the character's development, during which time the rivalry with Ridge deepened. Rick also began experiencing romantic entanglements and power struggles that would define his character arc for years to come. This chapter will explore Hartman's influence on Rick's growth into a more complex character, and how the show's writers used this period to set the stage for even greater drama. Chapter 4. Enter Jacob Young. Rick's most iconic portrayal begins. In 1997, the showrunners made a bold move by recasting Rick with actor Jacob Young, whose portrayal would become the most iconic version of the character. Young's arrival on The Bold and the Beautiful brought a new intensity to Rick's ambitions and conflicts. He was no longer just a boy trying to find his place in the family. He was now a man determined to claim his rightful spot at Forrester Creations. Young's performance earned him a Daytime Emmy nomination in 1999 for Outstanding Younger Actor in a Drama Series, and his portrayal of Rick became synonymous with the character's increasingly devious and obsessive nature. His drive to surpass Ridge and his complicated relationships with the women in his life made for some of the most captivating storylines of the late 90s. In this chapter, we'll break down Jacob Young's initial run on the show, his most memorable scenes, and why fans still associate him so closely with the role of Rick Forrester. Chapter 5. Justin Torkildsen. The longest-running Rick Forrester. Following Jacob Young's departure in 1999, newcomer Justin Torkildsen stepped into the role. Torkildsen played Rick for a longer period than any other.